Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm doing the My Intimidating TBR tag. This tag was created by Lindsay of Lindsay Ray, and I was tagged by Shannon of Leaning Lights. This is a way to talk about your TBR and the books that I have been on it, and for various reasons. I've been wanting to talk about my TBR and the things that I want to be reading, but just am not at this particular point because I'm a tad bit reading slumpy this month. So these are some books that I want to read, but haven't for various reasons. Question number 1 is, what book have you been unable to finish? This is sadly The Goldfish by Donna Tartt. I'm about 40 pages into this. I started this book right after I had surgery, and I thought I was gonna have all this time to read, and I discovered that when you're ill and not feeling well, that you don't really want to read, or at least I didn't. So this is a book that I wanted to be able to sit with and really take my time with, and since I'm not really reading a ton anyway, depending on like what weeks I'm sick and not and everything else, I haven't really had the time to invest in this, but I'm hoping now over the summer and maybe even the spring I'll be able to more now that hopefully all that stuff is past. But for right now I have been able to finish it, and I want to because I really enjoyed the stuff that I did read. The next set of questions I'll start with, you have yet to read this book because. So number 2 is I have yet to read because I haven't had the time, and that is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. This book is huge, and I just haven't had the time to sit down and really invest in it. I also hear that it's kind of slow at times. I'm okay with that. I heard it has a bit of a like historical fiction element to it, in that it's kind of slower and a lot more character driven, and just you get to kind of see the passing of time and stuff. But I just haven't had the time to really invest in something like this at all lately. Number 3 is yet to read because it's a sequel, and that is The Invasion of the Tierling, and by extension, The Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. I've been meaning to get to these. I've had people ask me if I've read them yet. I've wanted to read them, but I just haven't yet, so I really want to get to them because I hear they're amazing. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this series, and typically speaking, when I hear mixed things about a series, I tend to like it. Some reason. Sometimes not, but usually I do. So I'm interested to see how I feel about these because of those mixed opinions and such. At this point, it's getting so close to the finale book that I might just wait for the finale book and marathon all of them. We'll see. Number 4, yet to get to because it's brand new, and that is The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. I have heard amazing things from the few people that I know that have read this. It is some magical realism and stuff going on in here, so I want to get to this, but it is brand new, so I'm not so upset that I haven't gotten to it yet. Number 5, yet to get to because you read a book by the same author that you didn't enjoy, and that is actually Legend by Marie Lu. I have not read the Legend trilogy because I read the first book in The Young Elites, and wasn't blown away by it. I still plan on continuing with that series, but at this point I kind of just think I might wait for all the books to be out and then just marathon them again because I just didn't really love the writing, and I was just really disappointed by that book. I have a review, I'll leave it up above. So this book is actually sitting on my might be donated pile because I don't really know if I want to read this for a few reasons. 1, because I didn't really love Marie Lu's writing style, and 2, because it's dystopian and I'm just not in a dystopian mood at all, especially young adult dystopia. I know this came out at the kind of peak of dystopia, so I feel like looking back on it now, I might not enjoy it so much because I've read so many books like it, even though this one was one of the first ones to come out. So yeah, I'm still very on the fence about this one. I might just listen to an audiobook or something just to see kind of what everyone is talking about, but at this point I'm not reading it because I really want to read it. It would just be because to see what the hype is about. So I really don't feel like that's worth it, in my opinion, honestly. Number 6, you have yet to read because you haven't been in the mood for it. And this is kind of a two-way tie between The Ember and the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir and The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. And it's not that I haven't been in the mood for these, I have, but these are 2 books that I feel I'm really going to enjoy, and I've talked about this before. If I know I'm going to love a book, I will put that book off forever because I want the perfect moment to read that book. I want to make sure I am so emotionally prepared to read that book because I want to love it. I don't want to be in any kind of slump. I don't want to be at right after a book that I really loved because then I might judge these books too harshly. I'm really horrible about reading books that I know I'm going to love. I'm way more likely to read a book I'm on the fence about. I don't know why that is. I'm just making myself feel more reading pain by not reading the books I know I'm going to love. But these are 2 books that I've been waiting for the right moment for, and that moment's never gonna happen, so I just need to read them. Number 7, a book I have yet to read because it's humongous. I've shown a couple of those so far, but the one that first comes to mind is We the Drone by Carson Jensen. This is a historical fiction, and it's huge. I mean, huge. And the writing is microscopic, so it's gonna take me forever to read this, and I feel like this is more of a winter book, and again, I haven't just had a lot of time to sit and read books, and the last book that I read that was super long was The Bronze Horseman, and you know how I felt about that. So I'm kind of in a little bit of a from big books right now until I kind of cleanse my palate of that one. But this one I know I'm going to love. I heard it's beautiful, but it's giant. So I don't really know I'm going to get to it, and that's fine because the tomes that I have sit on my shelf for a while because they are so large and I tend to really enjoy them. But you have to work yourself up to it, you know? Number 8, a book I have yet to read because it was a cover buy, and after I bought it I discovered it had poor reviews. This is actually Incarnate by Jodi Meadows. I also have Asunder, which is the second book. I don't have the last book, which I'm not even sure which book that is, what the name of it is. But this is the young adult trilogy, and it has to do with like souls being reincarnated, and so everybody is technically an old soul, and this girl is born as a new soul. So it's kind of like she killed somebody else because their soul didn't get to come back, etc, etc. So it kind of has an interesting premise, but I've heard really mixed things about this series, and it is one of those young adult, chosen one, she's so odd type synopsises that I'm kind of okay with, because I'm not really against chosen one plots like some people are, but it's just not something that I really want to pick up because, again, I feel like it's kind of gonna be mediocre. So we'll see. A lot of people really love Jodi Meadows, and I kind of want to read her other series, which is out right now, The Orphan Queen. But yeah, I just need to pick this series up and marathon it or something just to really see how I feel about it. But I got it because it's gorgeous, and then I heard that it was kind of like, and I'm kind of like, Number 9, the most intimidating book on your TBR pile. This is another two-way tie between two very, very chunky books, and those are Moby Dick by Herman Melville and Anna Karenina by Leah Tolstoy. So these books are both huge, they're classics, they're very dense, they're books that a lot of people say are kind of hard to read. I want to read both of them, but I don't know when that's going to happen because they're just intimidating books. I know a few people who have started Moby Dick and just can't get through it as much as they want to, that read classics way more than I do. So it's intimidating. And then Anna Karenina, I know that the Russian language has a lot of different names for the same people. The way that their name system works is complicated to non-Russian speakers probably to get the hang of. So I know this book is a little bit confusing. My dad, for instance, who's a huge reader and reads historical fiction, everything, can't finish this book or War and Peace because of all the names. He even gets confused. So both of these books will get read at some point, but they're very scary in the meantime. So that is it for the My Intimidating TBR tag. I'm going to tag Sarah Jane from The Book Life, Adriana from Perpetual Pages, and Sana from Inkbones Books. Comment down below and let me know your most intimidating book on your TBR. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you guys soon. Bye!